Question 2, it says, what is the solution to the system of equations below? So here are our two equations. Remember these two equations, each one forms a line. And when the lines intersect, it's going to intersect at one of these solutions here. Remember, that's the coordinates, right? So we're looking to find out which one is going to be the coordinate which works for this equation. So let's go into our hints. Well, first of all, there's two different strategies that we can use, probably a few others, but we're going to talk about two of the strategies. I'm going to give this one, and down here I'm going to say strategy 2. All right. Okay, so for strategy 1, I'm going to give the hints for those. Hint number 1. It says, what is the solution? So out of these, we have to find out which one is going to be, out of these choices, which one is going to be the one that will work for these two equations. Now, if you take a look at them, we have either the graphing, the substitution method, or we have the elimination method. So hint 1, the best method to use for this is the elimination method. That is our hint number 1. Hint number 2. Hint number 2, if we're using the elimination method, that means that we're going to take the two equations and we will add them. All right. Now, again, when we add the two equations, what will happen is that the 4y and the minus 4y will be eliminated. So we eliminated the y value, or the y variable, and we're left with the x variable. That way we can solve the solution, because you need one of the variables, an x or a y, not both. You won't be able to solve it that way. So the 3x plus the 2x gives me 5x, right? And with the equal sign, and the -2 and the -8 is -10. So here's hint number 2. Here's the equation that we have so far. That's a 10, by the way. And it's going to be 5x is equal to -10. So we're on our way to solve for x. This is hint number 2. Pause if you need to. Hint number 3. Now that we're at 5x is equal to -10, if we solve for x, that'll at least give us, out of the choices, which one is going to be, we'll find the x value. And if we find that, that means we would have found the y value eventually. So remember, to do that, hint number 3 is, if you solve the equation, you're going to have to divide both sides by 5. And if you divide both sides by 5, you'll see what x is equal to. And as long as you have the value for x, you should find y. The reason being is because all these x values are different values, right? So that means whatever you find here, it will only be that answer will have to be the correct answer. All right. So that strategy number 1 would be use the elimination method, and those would be your 3 hints. Strategy number 2 would be that you take each of the each of the solutions, and that's it. You test it in each of the equations, and when you test it into the equation, when you find the equation to be true, you know that's the right coordinate. So as an example, if let's say my choice is A, if I plugged in the 2 for x and the -2 for y, and when I did the math, or if I use my order of operations and I get -2, and I do the same thing for the second equation and they test out as true, that means that you know for sure that that would be the solution. So that would be the second strategy, is just to now take the values, plug them into the equations, and see which one works. Okay, so those are your two strategies, and I gave you the hint for the first one, all right, which is using the elimination method. Hope that was helpful. Good luck with this.